I had one of the $1.8 billion lotto tickets a couple weeks ago or whatever. If I won that, I was going to buy Mitsubishi and shut it down. I was going to go buy it and send everybody home. We're done.
Just out of spite.
And I would have been the hero of technicians across the country. They would have grabbed the throne out of the hospitality suite. They would have been carrying me around on top of it, marching me down the street.
The following program features a bunch of doofuses talking about the automotive aftermarket. The stuff we, or our guests may say, do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of our peers, our sponsors, or any other associations we may have. There may be some spicy language in this show, so if you get your feelings hurt easily, you should probably just move along. So without further ado, it's time for Confessions of a Shop Owner, with your host, Mike Allen.
So, I do get a fair volume of spam calls. How often do you actually answer spam calls and fuck with them?
Oh, every time.
Do you really?
Yeah.
I don't have time to answer them all, man. It's like 5 or 6 a day.
Every time. I just told. I'll ask them. I'll go, oh, is that personal loan? Is it shiny like a fishing lure?
What does that even fucking mean?
Well, my brother did that to a vacuum salesman years ago. I asked him if the vacuum was shiny like a fishing lure.
Just to throw the sales guy off?
Yeah, so I stole that from Scotty P. He's my brother. I stole that from him.
So, do you have a favorite way to mess with salespeople?
I'm not good at like prank calls and stuff. Like I will give it away. I'll start laughing like uncontrollably.
Okay, what's the most jacked up thing someone has done to you when they were talking about your product?
When talking about my product?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like you don't cold
Paint
call.
the picture
you don't
for me.
cold call for Hub, right?
No.
Yeah. People call
No,
you.
they're prepared.
Oh, so they're already interested.
They're prepared.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, they're interested.
They're interested.
Oh, they're interested.
Oh, they're interested.
Yeah.
I do want to try my best to keep this particular interview, because you guys are a great sponsor and I really appreciate you, as professional as possible. So one of the things that I'm really interested in learning more about is your dick tattoo. Could you tell me about your dick tattoo?
Yeah. Do you want to know how many colors it is? The dimensions?
I assume that it's black and veiny. No?
Yeah.
Sigh. That was like corporate email sigh.
And Braxton over here is like, no. Why?
Braxton's like, what is going on?
Auto reply email. I'm out of the office until Monday.
That was
If you need immediate attention, please email support at
Please call someone else.
please email support.
I will give you a warning before we release this episode so you can be prepared for the influx of people who are interested in the super high quality software.
I think it'll just it'll really help with like the small talk in the calls, people are pulling up like their Techmetric reports. I'm getting ready to give them an estimate. I'd be like, so do you want to know about my dick tattoo? And I think it'll help break the ice a little bit before they're given a price.
I think there was someone who got Shop Genie for free for life because they got a Shop Genie tattoo.
See, I've done dumber for free.
And
I have done so much dumber for free.
Would you give someone Hub Shop for free if they got a big dick tattoo?
Yes.
It's got to be on their face, though.
Can't you get a tattoo?
It's got to be right here.
Can't you get a tattoo here? Or is it across the street?
Yeah, there's a tattoo convention on the other side of that wall.
Yeah.
Gotta go.
Add it to the agenda.
And just like that,
So-
Bryan never wrote an estimate again.
You heard
Oh
it here
my
first.
gosh.
Okay, well, I think we've destroyed your business in the first 3 minutes.
You know what? The first
3.5
year was
minutes
fun.
into this.
It's been real. Love you guys. Your service providers can do more.
Okay, Ash Kaplan, Hub
Yes.
Shop Solutions. Listeners to the show know that I'm a huge fan, and I talk about you guys all the time. But tell me about the service that you provide. I don't want to oversimplify it.
Yeah. Simplest version is we write the estimates and we call your warranty company. So there's like a lot more detail to each one and how we do it and how we deliver the product. But it was born out of a need from shops. So both of our co-founders are shop owners, and I was managing one of their shops, and we're all big critical thinkers, and we're like, this is a problem, and we can't fix it with our own shop, and spend all the time and the resources training people to do all the other things that were like in their control. Well, we had good people answering the phones, we had good people selling estimates, we had all these other things solved, but my personal philosophy is like, if the customer calls and asks for an update, you've already lost them, right? Like, you've lost that sale. Yeah. And so how can we speed up the time from the technician looking at the car and spending the time writing the inspection to calling that customer and giving them that quote? And so that's where Hub was born. It was born in a 3x3 dark dungeon of a closet in an original 1940s building, and that's where the concept started, and then we built it out from there. And now we have teams all over the United States, technically all over the country too.
Look, here's the deal. I like to think that I'm pretty good at running an auto repair shop. It's what I've done for 20 plus years, but I'm not good at managing a marketing budget and all the different facets of a truly well-rounded marketing plan. There's mail, there's local advertising, there's website, there's Google AdWords, there's all the different things that go into that, and it's just not what I'm good at. So what I've chosen to do is to buy myself the time to focus on what I am good at, while having someone else execute on all of those things at a way higher level than anything I could ever do. That's what turnkey auto marketing does for me. So if you feel like you could use some of that same magic, I'm going to recommend that you go to turnkeyautomarketing.com, get a free consultation, tell them that I sent you, tell them that Confessions of a Shop Owner sent you. You won't be disappointed.
Hey there, I've got to tell you about something new for our industry, Tectonic 2026, presented by Techmetric. This isn't just a user conference. It's built for the whole shop. Owners, advisors, and techs each have sessions designed for what they actually do every day. It's 3 days in Houston, Texas, filled with workshops, panels. We're expecting over 1,000 people from around the country. You don't have to be a Techmetric user or customer to attend. Tap the link in the show notes to check out Tectonic 2026. Grab early bird pricing while you still can.
That are writing estimates for shops across America and killing the warranty calls. So It's been a lot of fun.
Well, so I talk to shop owners all over the country regularly, right? And Hub Shop comes up, and a lot of times I'm like, well, you should come back to that, this your integrations with different softwares.
Yeah, absolutely.
But when I tell them that you also sit on hold with the warranty companies and jump through the hoops with the warranty companies, they're sold, man. That's so badass.
That's awesome.
My guys love it. So,
yeah, they do.
They also complain to you a lot, because that's what people do.
But
she brought up a
they
good
get
point,
it.
though, about as soon as the customer calls for an update, they've already decided they've been without their vehicle too long.
It should be done by now.
They're like, why don't I? They might be all friendly and be like, oh yeah, no problem. It's a problem. If it wasn't a problem, they wouldn't have called.
Exactly.
Right? So
they've already made up their mind by the time they called you for an update that they're either saying yes to something or they're coming to get their car.
Yeah,
you've taken too long.
That was a great point.
Yeah.
So clearly, one of the reasons that we work together so well is because you guys integrate perfectly with Techmetric in the way that you do that. There's got to be on the horizon also expanding your services to support people who make poor choices and have lesser quality softwares.
Yeah.
Is there a time frame for that?
There is no time frame officially. Truth be told, Techmetric has enough shops to keep us busy for a really long time.
Okay.
And there's such a demand. But I also see there's so much value for the shops that are using Shopware, unfortunately. Okay. No.
Clip that out so we can make a reel.
Clip that.
No hate to all the other systems. Techmetric is what we were using. It's what we knew by like the back of our hand, and it's the easiest to train on. And so it just has made sense. But yeah, Shopware is going to be our next development, but there's no official time frame for it yet.
Okay, I gotcha. Well, take your time. It is like just a slow, and they're like the Borg, Techmetric. It's just inevitable. They're just taking over everything. You can't stop them.
Yeah, they will assimilate you.
They will assimilate.
Yeah, 100%.
Resistance is futile. Just switch over to Techmetric.
Yep, we agree. And we'll cover your first month of Techmetric if you sign up for HubShop.
Really?
We will.
Whoa.
Nice.
If you sign up for us together, Techmetric's on us your first month.
That's pretty badass.
That's confidence.
Now, what happens? What happens if they negotiate?
She knows what she has. She knows what she has.
Well,
I'm just thinking about it, running it through my head. A couple of extended warranty calls last week. Only got 2 writers up there.
What's their time worth? They're spending 20 minutes on hold trying to multitask.
They have to take turns doing the warranty call. Somebody's got to answer the phone.
Question
Take turns
for
doing the
you.
warranty call.
Are your you don't have to go into detail if it's too much. Are your people salary, hourly?
They're hourly.
Okay, so if you think about how much they're paid per the hour, if they're sitting on hold for 50 minutes to an hour before they even start the pitch, like such a waste
of money.
And you know
what? It's honestly, and yeah, that is part of it. But honestly, the payroll is we have more cars than we can get through. So the payroll isn't. It sounds stupid. The payroll is not the big deal. It's the efficiency loss, right? Like they could be selling other jobs, right? Yeah,
right.
Yeah, the payroll is the small dollars, right? You're like, okay, well, if you're paying a guy, say you pay a guy $80,000 a year, you know, so he sits on a phone for an hour, so you blow $40 in payroll, which is actually 60 with this and that and the other thing. But he was sitting for an hour and he could have sold $6,000 worth of other shit while he was sitting on the phone.
I've sold $30,000 in 5 minutes. You know?
Yeah, right, yeah.
So don't want to talk about those diesel fuel systems.
Tell me,
baby, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Tell me about the shop that you were running before this started.
Yeah. So our sister company, Clutch Automotive in Houston.
Okay.
We have 6 locations out in Houston.
Okay.
So our co-founder Matt, his philosophy was to buy mom and pop shops when they were ready to retire, honor their legacy, and just modernize things, keep employees and make the customers even happier. And it's been a booming success in the Houston area. So he's born and raised there. That's their territory. It's where Clutch is right now. But I came into the picture with Clutch in 2022. And I was managing service manager for one of their most lucrative locations, one of the busiest car counts. And just when I got there, you know, we had just bought the shop. It was still in transition of like changing the name and getting customers used to it and all that. And just had a lot of fun transitioning it and bringing the sales up and making a lot of money, selling stuff, bringing in more customers, making the customers super happy. It was a lot of fun. So loved doing that. And I love being a service manager more than anything until Hub. And it's hard now. It's like a love-hate relationship. I have days where I'm like, man, if I could just get back into it and sell another ticket real quick, like get on the phone and sell 10 grand at 65%, like that gets me fired up. But
hey, everybody, I wanted to take a minute to tell you about the coaching organization I've been involved with for, over 20 years now, Elite. Elite Worldwide, they don't give you a one-size-fits-all solution. They tailor the coaching specifically to you and your shop. They pair you with an experienced coach who is either a current or a former shop owner, and they turn strategies into actual action and accountability and results. Whether it's improving your service advisor's sales, growing your shop, growing to multiple locations, they really have you covered. They've got training for all of those things. Clients of Elite really see results, higher profits, stronger teams, a better work-life balance. If you're ready to take the next step, visit eliteworldwide.com to schedule your discovery session. That's eliteworldwide.com to start working on your business rather than in it. Tell them that you heard about them on Confessions of a Shop Owner so that I get a pat on the back or maybe a box of chocolates or something. That would be awesome. Thanks.
being on this back end, like to support shops to do that and help other service advisors get that joy is more enjoyable for me now.
So what does your day look like? Are you mostly talking with new prospective clients, or are you managing your estimating teams, or are you building estimates yourself, or?
A little bit of everything. So right now at our current capacity, I am talking to new prospective customers and managing our customer relationships now. So for example, your shop, if there's an issue, one of your managers called me the other day. We worked something out, move on, stuff like that. All the shop owners will come contact me. And then I'm overseeing the operations for the day-to-day operations, just like during estimate building and stuff. And then working behind the scenes, just doing little miscellaneous things to get the back end going, data and lots of spreadsheets.
So she's doing
keeping
everything.
Track of stuff. I wear a lot
You're
of
like
hats.
a shop owner.
Yeah.
You're just doing everything.
Not quite like a shop owner. You guys wear way more hats than my head could carry.
Real quick side note, Stephen, before we started recording, we talked about when you called her the other day, she said that your complaints were just because you're a bitch, and you just need to work through it and stop whining. Is what she said.
Am I locked in this room, or can I?
Whoa! I don't know. Mike's pot, so he just zip tied it because that's the flat rate way. So you could probably still
The
get
flat
there.
rate way.
Yeah, just zip tie it.
We'll just
break
make
the
lots
zip
of
tie.
dramatic cuts and everything else, and we'll make it last an hour. It'll be good. So
No, I brag on your team a lot, not just because it's your team, like your name above it, but when I talk to new shops and I'm setting the standard for like what lets you get the best result out of Hub, it's like, don't sweat the small things, right? Like your service advisors that you have are great. Utilize them for anything else besides the estimates and warranty calls. Like, let us do the tedious time sucks. Let them do everything else. Sell, handle the customers, parts returns, all the other things in the shop that need to get done, and don't sweat the small stuff. If you're sweating over a cabin filter from the wrong vendor, we've got bigger fish to fry, right? Saving an hour on an estimate's way more valuable than, one part that's not your favorite part and you have to spend 5 minutes switching it out, right?
for sure.
So I enjoy using your shop as an example of just like, these guys get the best benefit out of it because they're using us to their like the max potential. Like I can imagine, I picture them running around like chickens with their head cut off, doing a million other things, and that estimate comes through, and they're just like, okay, great, thanks, moving on. Like they don't have time to sit there and dwell over any imperfections or something they would have done there a different way.
Well, one of the things that we've been focusing on, and one of the recent episodes that we released with Matt Lofton from Elite is talking about analysis in a sales environment, how much of a salesperson's day is actually spent interacting with the customers and selling versus all the other bullshit that they have to do, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And shockingly, the salesmen that perform at the highest level spend the most time interacting specifically with their customers, building relationships and selling, and the least time, and they're least effective doing all the other
B-roll type
stuff.
Yeah. Right. For sure. I agree with that 100%.
And so to that end, we've started things like Hub Shop and Detect Auto that you got it? You good? We started doing things like Hub Shop and Detect Auto in an effort to take away some of the distractions from, oh my God, some of the distractions.
I'm sorry, were you talking about distractions, Mike? I figured I'd throw some baseball signals in there. Yeah, tell us how intelligent you are, Mike.
I want to give him, no, it wasn't me. It was Matt. I want to give him more time to focus with the customers and less time doing
Focus,
the BS. Yeah. So, and it's been effective, total shift gears because I totally lost my train of thought because of you guys.
I'll jump back into that gear if
Okay.
you'll let me.
Yes.
Well,
go for it.
listen.
I'm going to toot my own horn for just a second. I am very gifted in sales. I should be in shops selling ticket after ticket after ticket after ticket. That is where I was truly gifted, but it wasn't because I'm good at sales. I have a background of psychology, and I have tried like every service advisor I'd ever train and get to work with of like trying to understand psychology first. Like, don't try to learn sales tactics. Don't try to learn some catchphrase you heard somebody else say and it worked for that one person,
Yeah, right, yeah.
Like, customers can see through that. Like, you forget that they're just as much a human as you are.
Yeah, and the customers see it on
they can
TikTok
smell
or
it.
whatever.
They can see
right.
it. Yeah,
They're seeing
exactly.
the same stuff you are that you're trying.
It's like, we're human. We love personal relationships. We love to talk about ourselves, Mike Allen. And so like making a customer feel heard and seen and cared about and like asking how their day was. Like they came in to bring their car in, right? Like their car's got a check engine light or it needs an oil change, but like you don't know what's going on behind the scenes in their life, or maybe their kid like just won their first baseball game yesterday and like they're still riding a high from that. And so like just asking them like, how is life right now? Like not just how are you today, but like how's everything going? Some customers, they're just like, oh, good, move on, whatever. But you might get that one person that's just like, wow, like I needed to tell somebody like this thing that's been, I'm really excited about this, or like I'm having a bad day, and just being able to like listen to them and talk to them and make them feel like a human. I mean, that's how I would sell $1 million a year.
Jim was always good. My partner, Jim, he's the freaking best at that. Like somebody can come in. He knows what position their kid plays in hockey. He knows how many goals the kid scored at the last high school game. Like, dude, like just off the top of his head, and in the same community, obviously, if they're in the same community, like he's just always got something, and it's always like genuine. It's not just like bullshit. It's just how he is. You know what I mean?
Pays to
like,
care.
That's how he is.
Xander's that way. He's got a memory for it. He remembers all of those little details.
Just like
It impresses them too. I'm like, hey Tom, how are you? Due for an oil change of the Lexus? Hey, isn't your 4Runner coming up due soon? And they're like, did you just look that up? And I'm like, no, I just remember the last time you came in, it was rain.
yeah.
It was,
Yeah, when you
it
can
was
recall-
cold, so that was 6 months ago. Like
when you have a parking lot full of cars and he can sit there and recall something about the last interaction on the vehicle that's not there without looking it up,
Yep.
people are like, oh, this guy
Yeah.
actually cares about what I need. And that's what Jim can do.
Yeah.
He'd be like, oh, yeah, we talked about this last time. Just let me know when you want to bring it in or what. Like,
Yeah.
dude.
so
I can remember things about cars, but not sales.
I can't provide that for Hub Shop, but what I can provide is the time back to your team to learn how to do that. To learn how to do that.
Yeah.
You remember all of your customers, all of your
I
all
have
of your
phone
shops that
numbers
you help.
memorized still from 2014, 15. I have a specific customer named Tom who I helped service his son's ex-girlfriend's '06 Honda Pilot in 2016, who still to this day texts me pictures of the estimate from the shop I used to work at to make sure that he's not being pulled along or it's accurate or, hey, do you have a minute to explain this to me? Like, I am his personal service advisor, states away a decade later.
Life management, automotive life management. Yeah,
Yeah.
I do some of that too. Yeah.
So
But I understand what you mean. That's huge.
It's just building those long-term relationships, even outside. Like, I don't work for that company anymore, but they will forever have his business because somebody was compassionate. Somebody took time to get to know him. And his daughter was stranded at work one day and didn't have anything to do with her car. And I went and picked her up and took her home. And it was like those little things that it doesn't pay the shop's bills today. They're not paying But they're not paying a $1,500 RO today. But
think about
in
how
3
much
months,
they didn't have to
when
spend
something
on
happens, exactly. Yeah.
So
Compassion is free.
now, do the founders of Hub still own Clutch?
Yes.
So how does Clutch utilize Hub?
Yeah, that's how we trialed it to make sure that this was a success before we went out and helped other shops. So we started it last August with the 6 stores.
Okay.
We onboarded 3, then we onboarded the other 3, and we're doing all 6. And within the first month of just that organization, we grew the gross profit over the company 22.64%.
That last 400ths is what really pushed you over the edge to being sure that it was good. That's 64%.
I'll never forget that number because it was exactly a month into doing Hub and ran the reports. We're like, it works.
So, did they change their on-site staffing levels at all with that?
Yes, but in a good way. They've not had to go hire people when previously they would have to hire people. Specifically, one of the shops is in Friendswood, Texas. If you're familiar with the area, it's a really small town. Doesn't feel like you're in Houston at all. It's super cute, and the shop is ran by just 2 people. Well, they've grown that shop from. Hope I'm okay to say this, $1 million to $1.5 million in a year. It's a big growth for a small shop in 1 year.
It's 50% increase.
It's huge. The growth should have caused them to have a third person, but they say this all the time. Like, thanks to Hub, like they can manage busier days, more car count. Someone's out sick, they're fine. Like, they can manage it. Someone's on vacation, they're fine. They can manage it. Where before it was like everything was falling apart because somebody was missing.
Well, that's one of the things that we talk about a lot is all these emerging technologies and services. And you see certain aspects of the industry saying that, the technology is coming for our jobs. It's not coming for your job if you're good at your job.
Exactly.
It's going to make you better at your job if you're good at your job.
I think that people who, I don't think AI and technology is coming for anybody's job. I think people who use AI and technology are coming for your job. That individual that can effectively use that.
So how do you balance
like
that?
When you need to get the podcast soundboard to work, and somebody can use Gemini on their phone and learn how to reset the podcast board.
The really important process to reset it was turn it off and turn it back on again.
I think there was about 6 steps to do a master reset, which I was able to produce in about 28 seconds.
And I was about to go on Amazon and just buy another
Just buy one.
Yeah.
That's me.
He was in give up
That's
mode.
me.
Well, let's just do a master reset, man.
No,
Talking to the phone and Gemini.
I'm the worst at that. I'm like, new computer on the way. And then my husband's like, did you try turning it on and off again? No. Did you clear the cookies? The what?
The cookies.
You know what?
No, I
like
ate the cookies.
Yeah, I like cookies. So
Yeah.
I feel like we could do some damage at a buffet amongst us. I mean, we'd just go crush one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm down.
I got kicked out of a Chinese buffet many years ago.
Okay, do tell.
So I worked for a place that's closed now, so I'll name it Gambino Ford, which was not a mob Ford store at all.
Yeah.
So anyways, we used to work on school buses. We used to work on the little Ford school buses. So the whole shop, we were on teams, the whole team.
And waste management trucks.
Not no, but I know a guy who worked for a mafia garbage company outside of New York City who's actually a trainer for somebody who sponsors this event.
Oh.
Yeah.
Names will not be mentioned.
So anyways, it's just funny you mentioned that because my last conversation with him was how he started out working for the mafia garbage company. But anyhow, we all hopped in the minibus, so like 10 of us show up at this place at the Hong Kong buffet.
Clean them out.
Hong Kong buffet in downtown Lockport, New York.
Oh,
we show
my.
up there, and I'm going up. We've been there way longer than our lunch. We've been there for like an hour and 10 minutes at this point. And I go up. I call it rat on a stick, but the chicken teriyaki kebabs. I swear to God, this fucking lady. She goes, "You very big man. You must pay again." That's what she fucking said to me. And an all-you-can-all buffet. "You very big man. You must pay again." That's what she said.
You know what? Buffets are like shop supplies. You charge everybody the same amount. You don't use as much on someone else's car as you do another
And
one.
somebody takes 36
Some
cans of
win,
brake clean
some
with them.
lose. Buffets are like shop supplies.
Do you guys do the 55-gallon drum and brake clean with the quick shot cans,
No.
or do you just buy a case?
I buy cases, and when my price goes up on them, we fire a threatening text to our Napa salesman, and the price gets adjusted, and we get a credit.
Love that.
Do your techs just have free reign to go grab as much as they want, or do they have to turn an empty end and grab another one?
They can just grab what they want.
You've seen the TikToks of the dudes that just like take a hammer and break open the can of brake clean. And
I did that as a joke the other day. I smacked on a lower control arm bolt and then held it up to the oil pan.
an entire
Just
can.
smacking on the lower control arm bolt.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know. Yes, it's wasting money, but I don't know. And then like the 55-gallon drum thing, dude. I can't argue about it. Everybody thinks it's cheaper. It's not.
You don't think so?
Have you ever watched somebody fill one of them pieces of shit?
How much brake
How
clean
much
is
waste there
sitting
is?
on the top
Is
of
there
the
a ton of
drum?
Not just the amount of time it takes. They're fucking around with it for like a minute and a half. The fuck O-ring's bad. They get
I
it
was
back
about
up. They
to say-
charge up the O-rings leaking. They gotta take it back apart.
That's
They
exactly
take it
what I
back
was
apart. They
about
don't
to say.
discharge it. The shit goes all over the fucking place.
How often the O-rings go bad? Yeah.
And then as soon as it's not the O-ring that you have on the shelf, this is assuming you have an O-ring to put in the thing because it don't come with spare O-rings, right? As soon as it's not the O-ring and it's the $43 thing, how many cans of brake clean you buy for $43? You ever drop one on the ground? It's just as thin as the fucking can they sell you a brake clean.
And then
So
the
as soon as you
nozzle
drop
breaks.
one, you got a $40 piece of shit that's got to go in the scrap bin.
I'm going to need you to stop shitting all over the things that I think are good ideas.
It's a fucking terrible idea. And as somebody who embraces flat rate, I can't believe you want to replace the 7-second process of grabbing a new can with the 2-minute process of fumbling around with this fucking thing and spilling it all over the
You
place.
just have the GS kid. It's his responsibility in the day to make
And then
sure that they're all clean
everybody's,
and
oh,
refilled.
well, what about the worth system? I go, this shit's 3 times as much money. Then it's literally more, not even counting the time. It's good stuff. I'm not bad mouthing worth. It's a high quality product, but 3 times the money as the freaking Napa brake parts cleaner.
Does the worst stuff make you high like the old stuff used to?
I don't use it because it takes too fucking long.
It's too expensive. There are cheaper ways to get high.
What is it the non-chlorinated versus the chlorinated that makes you
Well,
get-
yeah, in New York, yeah. So we don't have the nice stuff in New York.
The nice stuff.
We don't have the good stuff. So actually, what we do, just like popcorn Sutton, every once in a while,
do you have to go down to Jersey to get the good stuff?
Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania, you can actually get anything petroleum because their earth is made of petroleum down there, so they don't care, right? They have no emissions.
Half the ground's
They're
on fire.
like, yeah, half
Isn't
the
that where
ground's on fire.
that pit of fire
I
is?
think-
It's been burning forever.
I think that might be Virginia, but I could be mistaken. I'm not. You know what? You might be right about that. That might be Pennsylvania,
Like in
where the coal
like in
mine's
coal
on
country,
fire,
yeah.
and it's been like on fire for like 40
Ever.
years or something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Had
So,
to
anyways,
abandon a whole town for
yeah,
that. Right?
yeah. We used to go down to Pennsylvania to get the gum cutter. That was the stuff.
the gum cutter.
The gum cutter. It was an all-in-one. It was a brake clean, a starting fluid, anything you had to get high can. Yeah, that was good stuff, man.
Nice.
Sounds like it would be illegal in California.
What type of
100%.
analytics do y'all have back end internally? Because I always thought it'd be an incredible tool.
That was a
'Cause you guys
crazy
can-
left turn.
Oh yeah, well I keep forgetting to ask. You know who the good advisors are and who the shitty advisors are all over the country.
She has the power.
In terms of like the shops we work with, or just connections. Like I know people.
I'm thinking about the
All of the above.
You have hard data for the ones that you work with, right?
Well, that would
So-
be
Data theft because you're just in the system as
You'd
a
be
service provider. You
surprised.
don't have reporting access. Yeah.
We don't. We do have reporting access.
Okay.
We do. So the only purpose we use
Steven, turn off reporting access for them.
No. The only purpose that we use reporting for is to track your growth.
Okay.
So we track car count. Obviously, that's the way that we charge. So shops booming, growing in car count, potentially your pricing changes based on that. But no, we like to track your success, literally. Like that's how I'm able to give you these numbers. A great number is a shop that we've worked with for exactly 12 months, a little over 12 months now. Their 12-month mark data was $400,000 in growth before they used Hub to after Hub at $191,000 gross profit. So with Hub, they grew in 1 year just $191,000.
Did they add additional service advisors or technicians in that time frame, or did they do it all with the same crew?
No, actually, no. They did not add any new service advisors. I think they did add one new technician because as things ramped
Somebody's
up,
got to do the 200 grand worth
somebody
of
has
shit.
to do. Yeah, somebody's got to turn those hours.
Yeah, the air is not going to turn the hours.
But like when I think about, and I'm
Depends on
talking
how
to
you charge flat
people, we're talking about pricing and the way that Hub charges. It is a fraction of what it costs to hire another person. We call it to fill that bottleneck. Like if you have a big bottleneck of writing all these estimates, it might take one or two people to do those estimates efficiently, whereas you can pay a fraction for a team of 6 to 7 people at your disposal at all times to do the same thing but 10 times faster. And so the cost is really efficient when you break it down that way. But just that, anyways, I'm maybe boring you. I'm just a math geek. And so when I think about $191,000 in gross profit in 1 year, they paid us roughly around $50,000. So less than what it would have taken to hire another person. And they almost quadrupled their
Without
investment.
the load, the tax load, the
And-
No
benefit load,
taxes,
And
no
estimating-
benefits. They don't call out sick. They don't take
Yeah.
vacation.
And estimating is probably like, okay, so it's probably like everything else. When it comes to your top end service advisors that are great with customer interaction and everything else, maybe 1 out of 10 of those has the technical aptitude to estimate correctly, right? There's that unicorn out there that can do it, that can do the customer interaction and knows how it all works. There's that person out there. But most of the time, that person who's awesome with customers is going to be, so you remind me of Xander, kind of. Mike's guy Xander is freaking, you can tell this guy is top tier with customers, but he doesn't know. If you told him, if I just gave him something without looking at it and told him to write an estimate, he wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah, he's just,
It's not his job.
He's picked up over 5 years
Sure.
some base level automotive knowledge.
But his customer interaction
That's where his
rate at
skill
year
set
one was already there. The
Yeah.
skills, it was already there.
Oh, he's a bartender.
you
right?
can't
Yeah.
teach that though. Like, I mean, you
Exactly.
can, right? But like, that's a natural ability, or it's not.
Exactly. So why, like what you're saying, why burden those people
Yeah.
with the extra work that they're doing, that they're taking away from the customer interaction? Not only is it the extra work taking away from it, they're doing a shitty job at it. They're not even good at it.
And there's a good chance that they're bringing down the rest of the team, right? So like Hub, one of the things I was asked early on when we went to hire our first estimator was like, are you worried that shops are going to like be afraid that you're taking away their advisors? And I'm like, no, because the good ones that are good with customers, good at the sales process, are not good at writing estimates or are not good at, sitting there dealing with a warranty company. Like, that's not where their strengths lie. Send them to us. You keep the
Especially-
good people in the shop that can sell your tickets and deal with your customers.
If the
Give
advisor
us
has
and
and if the advisor has to write the estimate, if they have to ask the tech any questions, that interaction is going to suck, right? Like, if it's
Exactly.
the advisor's job and the tech's already written it all in there, and they don't understand something, they got to ask. Like, let's be serious. Like, technicians aren't for human interaction,
Yeah.
right? Like, it's way that
They all
most
have
of
their
them,
sweet spots.
the way that most of them are geared are just like, they don't want to, like, do your job. I already gave you all the information. Why are you bothering me, right?
That's a good point. The good technicians do. Like, I've highlighted some at your shop that I take examples of really good ROs and I white out the customer information, shop information, and I save them to show other shops. Like, here's a really good, well-written
Write up.
inspection that
Yeah.
led to a perfect estimate. Because we get that question
Yeah.
all the time. Like, well, what if what if there's a mistake on the estimate? Well, the first line of defense is how was it written up? Because a lot of times that leads to how the estimate was estimated.
How do I shift the blame so that it's not my fault?
Not exactly. We're all about accountability, and that's
right
where
ways to write inspections,
Yeah,
though. That's
for
the
sure.
thing.
Absolutely. And the
Right.
vehicle information has to be right and it has to be there, and you have to have your documentation, right?
Yeah.
But
there has to be a,
nobody's
this is
perfect.
what's
We all
broke.
screw
This
up
is why
sometimes.
it's broke. This is the call to action, right? There's got to be those 3 things, 1 paragraph per problem. That's how it is, right?
Somebody posted last night. They were frustrated with the fact that TechMetric has a limit of 1,000 characters per line
I
item.
saw that. I
And
don't
if
want
you
to be
know-
the person writing that estimate.
If you're putting that,
Every now and then you have a diagnostic story that needs more than that.
and
right?
you know what though? Can I tell you something? That's when if you're doing a diagnostic story that's that entailed and that much to keep track of, if you're not doing that on a Google document and then importing it later, shame on you.
Why?
Why would you why would you do it? Why would you have TechMetric open to do that? Like while you're
fair.
doing it. I mean, if
That's fair.
you're writing 1,000 characters on a diagnostic, it's not the typical,
Do
this
you
is the
actually
code.
sit at your box and type stuff out, or do you just do voice to text?
So I was just talking to somebody last night about this. I've tried doing voice to text with a couple different setups. I actually had like a podcast microphone for a little bit. I was using Windows Hello. I've done a couple different things, and I just
Can't get it to work.
because the shop's loud, right? Like what I'm doing isn't loud, but we've got a bunch of people changing parts, and our guys do a great job. They're hauling ass.
What
So-
if you had something like this or a headset like this and had the gain turned way down?
Then I'd have to get Braxton there to set it up and everything else. And you
Whole
know what? The other
production
thing too is
for a cam
Windows Hello.
sensor.
I don't know if it's my almost Canadian accent or what it is. Like I spent a lot of time backspacing, and I started to figure it out. And most of the times, even with my shitty typing ability, the amount of time I spent backspacing was longer than what it just took me to sit in a stool and type it out. So that's what I did. And I had to buy 3 different stools, so I got one the right height. That I
Have
like.
you tried the Viper stool?
I haven't.
They look so cool.
Yeah, this was
I have no need for
before-
one because
this
I'd
was
never in the
before
fucking
those
shop.
were really pushed on social media. Like I've learned about the Viper stool in the last 6 months. I bought 3 stools, and it's so funny getting comfortable at your toolbox. All 3 stools are probably like within 5 inches of each other, but like the right one was the right one, man. And I was like, so now it's great.
We have one. We
like
have those
Goldilocks.
at our
Yeah, right.
At
My
our-
porridge.
At our Rack Attack bay. We have the workstation set up with the dual monitors for presentation and estimate building and everything.
Yeah.
And we have those wobble stools that have no back and they have no legs. They're like on a weighted heavy base,
Really?
and it's adjustable seat height up to like tall fucker height and short fucker height.
Do you provide health insurance?
Well, I mean,
It's comp. But
I
anyways,
would need it.
it's comp
I would need
anyhow.
it.
Yeah. But
I'd be falling out of that chair.
Dual monitors has been huge for me.
yeah.
Dual
Once you-
monitors, like when you're writing a lot of diagnostic stuff, but dude, I'm copy and pasting shit.
Constantly.
Off of this screen into out of service info into point of sale all the time.
Yeah.
All the time,
Well,
all the
like-
time.
So our estimators are set up with triple screens.
Yeah, Xander's built
Yeah,
out
right.
a Google Doc that is, you can just control F and search for keywords or whatever, and he'll have that up on one side, and he'll have the DVI on the other side, and they'll call out what the finding is, and he'll just, front brake 3 for 3, and then he's got it already,
Nice.
and so he doesn't have to type anything. He's
Yeah.
just search.
I have my
paste.
Google Gemini dialed in pretty good too.
Yeah.
So like it's captured a lot of things. So then I can say something and it'll spit out what I need, and I can just copy and paste that whole paragraph. For like pattern failure stuff where it still has to be documented.
Right.
Just because I know it's pattern failure doesn't mean it doesn't have to be documented properly, right? So I can properly document the pattern failure, but it's 20 seconds instead of a minute of typing or whatever.
So I've got you as a prisoner here in the podcast booth for a little bit, and I have all these questions. I'm really interested in how HubShop works and just like the behind the scenes stuff.
Do you want a job?
No. I do this so that I have less of a job, right?
That's just my plug to let you know we're hiring.
The only
Well-
thing Mike actually does is talk shit.
Yeah, we were
Pretty
in the,
well,
we were in the
actually.
hospitality suite earlier, and it's a pretty fucking awesome hospitality
You guys
suite.
Have
set
you
that
guys-
up nice.
have you been up there?
I know. I just saw the photos Tanika posted.
Yeah,
It is
You need to go up
nice.
there and see it in
Baller.
person.
Come
It's
tonight.
pretty
That leather
impressive.
couch looks comfy.
we were
There's
just
like
saying
4
that.
of them.
Oh, nice.
And I looked at him and I was like, one of them is the casting couch. I don't know if you know what that is or not.
Somebody told me it's going to be the black one.
Yeah,
Probably,
yeah.
yeah.
You asked about my tattoo in the beginning of the
But I was looking, I was like, dude, can you believe that we get to do all this cool shit and have this super cool space because we just hang out and talk with our friends for an hour a week?
Yeah. Mostly talk
Awesome.
shit.
And mostly just talk
Mostly just talk shit.
Man, I fucking love I love you guys. Thank you.
More feet pics.
More
We forgot the baby oil for when I got in the Miata. I could
yeah.
oil my feet up.
Oh my
man.
gosh.
We did a little video and
That's
photo
a visual
shoot
I
around the
did
Miata.
not think
I
needed.
think my
You
first...
fit really nicely in the Miata.
You know, I've never been in the passenger side. I've had to work on them at the shop and stuff. And typically a stick shift one, I can't get the door shut. I can't run a clutch
That's fair.
between the steering wheel and the door, right? I got on the passenger side. I'm like,
It's kind of
you
roomy.
we could have rode 20 minutes from the airport, and that would not have been a problem for me.
It might. I mean,
I mean, when the mosquitoes were stuck to my
I think
fucking
what
forehead.
surprises me is the amount of leg room in those.
On the passenger
not a tall
side
person,
was
but
not bad.
I'm very surprised by the
Yeah,
leg room
without
in
the
a
steering
Miata.
wheel,
It's a
really
very
wasn't bad.
spacious car.
It's a very spacious car. There was a lot of room for luggage. I think we put
I have my book
baggie-
bag tucked in under the roll bar.
your book bag, and I think you had some TMU stabilizer links for it.
Yeah,
that I took
yeah.
off the passenger floor, and we fit
Yeah.
that in the spare tire.
Yeah,
And
next to the gun.
yeah, next to the
Yeah.
gun. Well, you got to
Always
have a gun in Miata.
If you're driving a Miata, you better be armed.
Yeah.
Hey, it's me, Mike's kid. Want to tell us your wild shop stories? Or maybe you just think my dad's totally wrong. Call us at 704-CONFESS and leave a message. You can tell us we're awesome, or you can tell us we're idiots. We're cool either way. That's 704-CONFESS. Just don't make it too weird.
I have a love-hate relationship with Miatas. I love them. They're great, versatile cars. As a just car nerd and drift and autocross and all the things I love Miatas. They're great for all that. But I bought one as a project once and spent 17 hours pulling apart the wiring harness to try to find a short in it, and I ended up selling the car for $1,500 because I was so tired of it. Man, I could have just bought a new wiring harness,
bought
but
a
I was like
Mustang.
not going to give up.
My partner Jim bought a Mustang one time, and he had to fix something in the dash. He took the dash out. Once he got the dash out, he sold it.
Yeah,
Sold it
yeah,
with the
that's
dash
fair.
out. Yeah.
I did a recording on site. Some dudes the next town over. They just opened their shop up. It was Nathan and James. Released it like a month ago, and their business started over a Fox body Mustang that they essentially stole from a dude with late stage Alzheimer's. They're horrible people for doing that. That might not be an accurate retelling of the story, but it's still in their shop,
facts
like
don't matter.
gutted.
Really?
Yeah. I'm like, get that thing out of your fucking business.
Yeah, you can't have it in your building.
Have like a therapy session where you light it on fire and focus on working on cars that you
Smash
can make
it
money
like
on.
like
Yeah.
Office Space. Like freaking take the baseball bats
Yes,
to it
like
out
the
back.
printer. Yes.
Yeah.
Slow motion.
That would be a great day at work.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, are you even really trying to fix stuff if you haven't bought a car from a customer?
I've told you that I bought. We had a VR6 that we did timing chains on and fucked it up. And this is early days. This is probably 17, 18 years ago.
Yep. Was it a Touareg or a Tiguan?
I don't remember.
A VR6,
Yeah,
anyways.
yeah.
Yep.
And so at that point, I could not afford to buy a new motor. And the one that we did timing chains on had like 150 grand on it, right? And so I bought 3 used VR6s.
Yeah, you've told me
and
about
all of them failed. And so I ended up went and bought a known good car, like at the beach, and drove it
Running.
2.5 hours back just to take the motor out of it.
So
put it in.
Wow.
I have like my Moby Dick is this 09 Volkswagen Touareg, which I think has a timing problem, and it's a long story, but long story short, the high pressure fuel pump timing isn't monitored, so that can be out of time and cause huge issues, rail pressure, and
No data.
no data for it,
Yeah.
right? So I've like been thinking of this way to use a scope. We ended up buying the car from the lady. You know, she's like, well, I ain't gonna, I'm like, here's the deal. I'm 90% sure the problem's in the rear. I'm not 100% sure. And once we do find out we are 100% sure, it's pull the motor out, put timing chain. She's like, there's no way we're putting it in there. So we bought it from her for a couple $100 or whatever. And my goal was to always, if I ever had time, which I never do, was to come up with some process with something on a line where I could figure out the timing of that without tearing it apart, right? And I have a Touareg that needs a steering lock module. and the closest steering lock module's in Germany, and it's $3,000.
So you're taking it out of the Touring.
And
you
I
bought
think
for
I'm taking the
$300.
Touring. I think so. That's going to kill my dream of fixing that car. I'll have another one unfixed. I have like 3 unfixed cars in my life.
Then you need to burn them.
One I actually know what's wrong with now, and if they hadn't crushed it, I would go buy it from the junkyard and fix it.
Have you
I'm not
ever
kidding.
had like a customer decline? Well, first let me preface by saying, do you charge Diagnostic?
Yeah.
Okay.
Loser.
Well, I know
Violent,
you got
a violent amount
I'm
sometimes.
split, so I'll be totally honest. I didn't agree with your model at first. Didn't see it. Then when I like put myself more in like a shop owner's shoes, shop manager's shoes, and really thought about like how that would, I can see the value in it. So I'm
Put
kind of
yourself
on
in the
both
customer's
sides.
shoes.
Well, for the customer's sake too, I get it, but it's the bad shops that ruin the free diag concept.
Yeah.
So anyways, my point was, have you ever had like where you needed extra hours of diag, they didn't want to approve it, but you've been so curious yourself to figure out the problem that you just did it?
Oh, yeah. I've 100% figured it out and not told them.
Well, that's
You
valid.
continue through the process. Figure
That's
out,
valid.
Get the answer for your own justification, but
Yeah.
you don't fucking tell them.
I would
Well,
do that.
Not even so much for ego, quite honestly, to understand how something responds to a certain situation. So next time
For self-education.
self-education.
We were talking last night.
Those are the
at
things that would keep
go-kart
me up at
track
night.
about state inspections, and I think it was Jacob Waringo was saying it. If somebody fails inspection, and they come back 30 days later, say they fail for front tires, and they come back 30 days later, and the brakes are grinding, and the tail light's broken, and the check engine light's on. You can't fail them for that because you can only re-inspect the thing that failed.
You know what? So we just had
What?
this, we literally had the same conversation away from you guys in the hospitality suite last night.
Well,
Had the same conversation
Yeah.
with Benji and somebody else. So
well, hey,
if they bring it back to your shop, if they bring it to somebody else,
the
somebody
other
else does
shop,
the
yeah.
full inspection.
Yeah. But his point was he learned this lesson. He failed somebody for front tires. They left, rotated the tires, and brought it back in, and the front tires passed inspection, and he could not fail them, even though the dangerous tires were on the
That's
back.
just a shitty setup. So like our interface on the computer for doing inspections on vehicles, if it fails, it's split into 2 categories, safety or emissions. And if it fails in one category, the entire safety has to be done again, or the entire emissions has to be done again. Now where you get hung up is if somebody, you safety inspect it and it doesn't pass emissions, and then somebody goes and they're freaking doing donuts or something, or the tires were marginal and they put another 4,000 miles on it, drive cycling it that month, and they get the light off, you can't re-safety it.
So, well, his point was now when somebody fails for tires, it's not front tires, it's just tires. If somebody has something in the front end that's worn out,
so you guys
he doesn't
can...
fail. He doesn't fail them for tie rod end. He fails them for suspension.
Oh yeah, see now that's how ours is. We don't get to type in anything.
Okay, I don't know.
Right?
They're
We
Michigan,
have
I don't know.
categories. We
Yeah.
have categories. So like if it had a loose tire rod end, it would fail for steering suspension.
Yeah.
If it had one bad tire, it would fail for tire and wheel. Right?
So you
So
can
like
inspect
if it
that
came
whole
back
system
in
again.
missing a lug nut, it would still fail again, right? Like
That makes sense. Okay, back to Hub Shop. Damn it, we keep going on these tangents. How many people are on an estimating team within your organization, ideally? I know that you're growing.
A full team will have about 7 people.
Okay.
Besides management.
Okay, and how many shops does one team manage?
Can be about 15 to 18, depending on the car count. So we'll try to keep the teams even so that they're handling the same amount of ROs a day.
Right.
Yeah, so that kind of became the secret sauce. At one point, we wanted 20 shops per, we call them pods as the team of estimators. We wanted 20 shops per pod, and just that couple extra shop was really, how do I word it, like reducing the quality. Like they were just stretched a little too
Diminishing
thin.
it was just a little bit too much.
So we
on 'em.
restructured, and this new structure has been phenomenal. I don't know if your shops have noticed anything different. I've seen less complaints, so that tells me that was a good move. So they're able to handle more quality.
How do you how do you evaluate the performance of your estimators that they're doing a good job?
Yeah. So we keep track of a few different things. So the second technician marks complete on the inspection, we have a timestamp. The second an estimator says they're on it, there's a timestamp, and we track the lag time. So very proud. Our goal is 2 minutes, and our team is hovering around 0.2 to 0.3. So they're on those estimates immediately. Then the next thing we track is from the time they're on it to when the estimate gets sent back to the shop. Goals under 15, they're hovering about 12 and a half. So they're getting the estimates done really quickly. Then on the third end is basically a 5-star rating system that's built from our own personal audits and then shop complaints. So you guys, for example, if there's a RO where they just goofed up on one, made a mistake, and they let us know about it, we keep track of that. And then every single repair order they write, when they're finished with it, we take a complete screen grab of it from the moment the estimator finishes it. It gets saved in your shop's file. Say 3 weeks later, you bring up something, hey, I need you to go check out that one. I can go 3 weeks later and look at what the estimate looked like the second the estimator finished it.
Versus what it looked like.
Yes, which is very handy for a lot of different reasons. Initially, it was...
I bet it is.
Initially, it was...
Meddling. There's meddling.
Yeah, there's an example, but it's one of your listeners, so I won't share it. No, but...
There was meddling.
Unfortunately, it depends on how you bring up Hub to your shop when you start it with us, right? So, like, you brought it into a very good light where all of your team was pretty receptive. We learned in the beginning there was a few shops that brought it into their shop as more of a punishment.
Yeah.
And so...
you guys can't get your shit together, so I got to pay this company all this money to do your damn job.
And that doesn't work. It doesn't work. You have resentful advisors, resentful techs. And so there was actually some technician on purpose changing things so that they could tell their owner that Hub was terrible and mistake.
Why do they care so much?
People are vindictive.
I don't know. I wish I had the answer to that.
So you have the ability retroactively to know which one of your personnel built which estimate.
Not just which one, but exactly what the estimate looked like. So if they, so much as one of our protocols is if the part's not in stock at your preferred vendor, they're to leave a note at what store it is. Even as little of a detail as that. As little of a detail of if a word was spelled wrong. Like, I can go back and we can look at what that estimate looked like when it was finished. So it helps for the whole accountability purpose, but also we've thankfully grown so much, I can't review every estimate in real time all day, every day. We do have some really talented, more like team leads that are overlooking quality control, but even they can't check every estimate all day, every day. They're estimating themselves. So it's really cool for auditing. So we'll go through, select a bunch from each estimator and maybe 10 estimates a day out of the 40 or 50 that they build and audit those 10, and they get graded on them and they get a 5-star rating system based on how they're doing.
Yeah, you're doing spot check QC.
Spot checks.
Which is the only thing you can do with the situation you have. Which
and
is
then we're probably
further along than what most people do
constantly training, constantly holding each other accountable, constantly also innovating like new processes. Like if you bring up a problem that's not working in your shop, actually Steven gave me a great feedback the other day that I'm thinking about trying to figure out how to implement that into our workflow. So it's great. Everything that we track to not only make sure we have quality estimators for your shop, but also if you have ideas that can make our service better, like that's how we're growing.
Well, that's the cool thing about being a small business is it's so much easier to innovate and make changes. You're not this big behemoth that it takes months and months and tons of meetings. Yeah. And you just try something out.
I'm sure there will be a day like where we have a feature board and
do this, dumbass. I hope this email finds you before I do.
I like that.
Or have the I was talking to a friend the other day. He said the other thing that's uncomfortable for people when you go in somewhere, you just call them by their name, like at a business and you don't know them. You ever see that?
Hi, Thomas.
Yeah,
how you been?
Like when you're checking out at the gas station. Then he goes, so then you one up it. I hope you enjoy the next 24 hours, Thomas.
It's not have a good day. Have a good day is nice.
Yeah. I would lose sleep.
Enjoy your next 24 hours, Thomas.
Yeah, I would.
Is a threat.
Sorry, I really apologize. I went total ADHD right there. That was terrible. Makes me pretty good at fixing cars, but like not. Not good for staying on topic here. Sorry.
I don't even know what topic were we on.
Well, we're not.
You guys can make changes fast because it's just an email.
It's just a conversation.
Yeah.
So my dad used to say that it was like a mad science laboratory. He had a shop that was doing $350 a month in the late 90s, and he had 5 service advisors on the counter, and they would meet once a week after work, and they'd just be like, "Hey, what do you think about trying this?" "Okay, great, let's do it." And they would do it, and if it was a success, they'd break it down and say how they could improve upon it the next week. And the next day at noon, if it was a train wreck, they're like, "Fuck that," and they just stop. Right? It didn't require a bunch of different...
There's actually a class you can take tomorrow afternoon. That's
Control-Alt-Fix.
Yeah, rebooting how you do. Yeah, where you can not have to drink everybody else's Kool-Aid, and you can come up with solutions yourself and try them. Yeah, magical.
Lame.
Magical.
I heard the instructors were weak ass.
I heard that everybody should just drink the Kool-Aid, and my shop is unique, and it's so unique that I'm going to do what everybody else does. Anyhow,
there's some underlying currents there that maybe you're not.
Yeah, I'm just following along, I'm just riding the wave.
Yeah.
So, what's the vision for Hub in the next 6 months, year?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I think right now we just want to stay consistent, keep growing, and just master what we have right now. And that's part of the reason to your earlier question about expanding to different platforms is we could start Shopware tomorrow, right? Like conceptually, we could build out a workflow that works with Shopware, but we want to really focus on quality first on what we have now and just perfect that and then go from there. So that's kind of the 6-month plan. Is just
when your defect rate is down to 1%. We'll call it a defect rate or whatever you want to call it. Your mistake rate is down to 1%. Yeah. Now we'll talk about when we get really good at what we're doing. Now we'll take the next step. We're almost there, but we'd like to be here and take the next step at the same time.
Yeah, and it's solving those things so it's more organized. One example, would love if anyone has ideas, email me please, because one of the whole concept of Hub is that we are objective. So you write the inspection, you're the technician, you're the expert, you tell us what you need out of the estimate. And so we have processes and workflows in place to make sure that estimates are written a certain way. But as tight as we thought that was built, we're finding cracks where there's like room for subjectivity still. And
sure,
there's going to be.
And cars are complicated. Like the whole thing's a little complicated, man.
It is. And so just that's where like the next 6 months is like filling those cracks and making sure that we're tightening those processes to have less subjectivity, more accuracy. But ultimately, I mean, it comes down to the better the write-up, the less room for subjectivity and the more accurate the estimate. One of the things that we noticed early on was unintentionally, Hub highlights other areas in your shop that need focus, things we can't fix, right? Like we build the estimate, we call your warranty, but in order to have a good estimate, there's this other thing that has to be fixed. Or now that you have the warranty call figured out, you have this other problem you have to fix.
Yeah, right.
So if you want to grow your shop and like you want to improve and you want to get to that next step, then we're a perfect partner. If you want a bolt-on system that does the hard part for you and you don't have any care in the world to expand and grow and be a better shop, then we'll still work for you, but you're not going to get the most benefit.
You're not going to get the full benefit,
no. And honestly, that's what excites me. Like the shops that want to like, let's get to the next level. Like, how can we be a better shop? Those are the ones that excite me because, like I said, it highlights other areas, and then the shop owner gets excited about, okay, well now I have this problem to fix. So that's a lot of fun.
What warranty companies are the biggest pain in your ass?
CNA.
Okay.
CNA is hour and a half hold time. They finally answer the phone. They're terrible. We have to hang up and call back to get a different representative. Those are the calls that could take 2-3 hours some days.
Which ones are the easiest and best to deal with?
That's a really good question. I should know
Fucking
this.
None of them. They're all terrible.
Assurant tends to
answers
be
quickly.
Easy. And now they have a portal.
Yeah, I don't like their portal.
You don't like, well,
No.
probably for what you guys are trying to do with the speed, the portal probably doesn't work.
For
the portal
speed
works good
and
for me.
for negotiations.
Yeah, the portal works good for me because I can put the shit in.
Well, the portal
does.
The portal, they love the portal because it doesn't allow for negotiation. It's either you got to take.
That's why they push you on it. And they're like, you can sit on hold for half an hour, or you can do the portal in 5 minutes. I'm like, I'll sit on hold for half an hour.
Yeah.
And
the portal, it depends on, and like you said, like a lot of things are subjective, and when you've done warranty for a long time, you learn some tricks and you learn about what they don't know about and how you can stack certain things a certain way. So even though they're going to push back on problem A, you're going to make hay on problem B, so you don't really care.
Do you have certain estimators within the organization or within each pod that specialize in warranty work?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, typically 1 or 2 per team, like that is their domain. But the entire team will do them. I mean, our entire team, each team that whatever your shop's team is in, are all former service advisors, service managers, parts people. They're all from the industry.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So they can all jump on the phone and do a warranty call. They kind of love that about their job, that they don't have to do as many warranty calls anymore. They just get to build a lot of estimates. But yeah, we have people that like that's their domain and they own the warranty call process. Nice. So
Very
they've
cool.
made it like a game, and they made it. It's fun for them now because they're not having to, deal with the haggling from the warranty. And then Susie with her 3 kids is walking in, and you're like, do I hang up on the warranty or do I go help the customer? Yeah. So they have a lot of fun with it, and it's a win in their day when they get one out of the warranty company.
Oh, yeah. I love that. I love copy and pasting stuff into the fields and the portal and get an hour for every single line on there because I put so much shit in there and they can't possibly not pay me. I'll get an hour for a suspension clunk. I'll put so much shit in there that I did so much shit. Freaking copy paste. I got all like right
put
up
the word
in Google
chassis
Doc.
ears.
Boop, boop, boop. Oh yeah, I have 2 terabytes of Google Drive, and probably 500 gigs of that is freaking bullshit for freaking writing shit up.
That's hilarious.
I love that, man. I love it.
Oh, I love smoking the warranty.
I feel like the shop owners out there.
Oh,
Those
I just got the chill.
those shop owners that are out there like,
Look at my hair
I think
standing up on my
the
arm.
AC is turned on finally. It feels like it's cooling down.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah.
I thought I just got that excited about
Because
smoking the warranty company.
Well, it's because we're talking about the great evil that is, how you get a chill when a demon comes through. The shop owners that get on their high horse and say that I don't work with extended warranty companies.
They've never felt the euphoria of being paid $1,000 to put a $137 part in. They've never felt the euphoria.
Brian, did you just go full ESO on me?
Sorry.
You're supposed to be the counterbalance to my ESO-ness.
Oh, no, fuck that warranty company. They took all that money.
Yeah, fair enough.
I have empathy for people, people that are struggling with real
$9,000
things.
that $9,000 warranty that's financed for 72 months.
Yeah, the fucking dealer got kickback on everything. Oh yeah, dude. I've maxed out warranties. I'm sure you guys run into that before, right? I love getting a customer a check.
MaxCare, I think, can't over the life of the MaxCare can't pay more than what the original purchase price of the vehicle was.
Yeah.
We bump up against that a few times.
Yeah, oh yeah. I've hit the Mitsubishi CVTs. Yeah, sorry.
Easy for you to say.
Mitsubishi CVTs. I always hit the rev limiter on it. I always get somebody a check for their whole car on a Mitsubishi CVT. Oh yeah.
I don't think I've ever written up a Mitsubishi CVT.
Who fucking buys a Mitsubishi anyway?
Did you hear Tommy Marco
Owns
talk
one
about
long
the
enough
Mitsubishi
to
he
need
rented?
one.
He said he can't believe that anybody on the face of the planet would sign a piece of paper agreeing to pay a single payment for this piece of shit that they rented me.
I mean,
if I had one of the $1.8 billion lotto tickets a couple weeks ago or whatever, if I won that, I was going to buy Mitsubishi and shut it down. I was going to go buy it and send everybody home. We're done.
Just out of spite.
And I would have been the hero of technicians across the country. They would have grabbed the throne out of the hospitality suite. They would have been carrying me around on top of it, marching me down the street. I'd have been the hero of all the technicians if I shut Mitsubishi down.
I think
that's not an exaggeration.
Wasn't there a time where they like crossed with Honda, and so a lot of them were like
Honda,
stupid easy to work
Nissan,
on?
All sorts of stuff.
They've crossed with a lot. Yeah. I mean, but
the only
if
Mitsus
you
we've
need
ever
a
had in the shop are Fusos.
brand new cheap car, it's a brand new cheap car.
Yeah.
That's why half the lifts on the road are Mitsubishi Mirages.
I don't know, go get a fucking Daewoo or something. I don't know. All right, we got to wrap this up. We've been having a good time for an hour. Time flew, man.
Wow.
You did a really good job of listening to us babble.
Could have written like 15 estimates in that hour.
I really tested how much she could focus by going off on 19 different bullshit tracks.
Yeah, well, we're both ADHD here, so.
Yeah.
I was diagnosed as ADHD by the facilitator of my 20 group last week.
Really?
Yeah, he said that I need some drugs.
Did you ask him for his PhD?
He's probably not wrong, though, if you think about it.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Just take Tylenol.
You're a little touched.
Just take Tylenol. Yeah.
There's probably two kinds. There's
I thought
ADHD.
Tylenol causes autism.
There's two
now,
types
right?
of ADHD.
Yeah, there was a post that was like, I take Tylenol at PM so that I'm only autistic at night.
And scene.
cut.
Hey, thanks so much for watching our video today. If you enjoyed this content and you'd like to see some more, you can click right here. And it would be really helpful for me if you thought that this level of mediocrity is something that could help your other friends that were shop owners or in the industry. You can click right here and subscribe. You can even set up notifications if you want. I'd love to have you on the channel.